Hey everybody, it is Addison and welcome to Addison Unleashed. So I have you guys propped up super interestingly. So if you end up falling over in the middle of the live, I'm sorry, I apologize. I forgot to bring my my little stand thing. My brain isn't working today, obviously. I forgot to bring the tripod. There we go. That's the word, tripod. Forgot to bring the tripod today. And so, anyway, you're propped up. So if you fall, I'm sorry. It's not a very long fall. But that is not the topic for today. So I earlier was going to do my live on something completely different. And then I ended up just my day unfolded completely differently. And I ended up chatting for a little bit with a friend who is also a coach. And we were just kind of talking about some of the things we're doing and getting just really excited for all the stuff we're releasing for the new year and all of these things. But as I was talking, this other coach brought up to me, well, Addison, she pointed out an element of something that I was about to kind of release and get started on, and I realized, oh wow, I actually am not in alignment with that piece. I'm not aligned at all to it. And it was interesting because as I was talking to this other coach, and she was like, yeah, I don't like that work right there. And I was like, actually, I'm not really in alignment to that either, in truth. And I put it in this particular program that I was releasing because I thought I should. It was actually something that I didn't really think much about. And I went, oh wow, that actually isn't in alignment. And if I had not talked to this other coach, then I never would have gotten that different perspective. It never would have kind of come to my awareness that I actually hate that kind of work. That's not the type of work I want to be doing. And in putting it in a program, that is me asking the universe to bring it to me. And that actually just got me thinking today about differing perspectives and how we all really need these different perspectives in our lives. And you guys, all of your comments went away. Okay. We all need these different perspectives in our lives in order to really engage our mind and help us at times make tweaks and see things that we don't necessarily always see. And I wanted to make a video on it, a quick video today really, because I've had lots and lots of current clients, new applications, just friends talking to me about how they are feeling a little bit of uncertainty as they're going into this new year. We're only 3 days in. A lot of people are feeling a very interesting energy. We'll just say interesting energy, and trying to kind of tweak and find we're always on our path, but finding kind of what feels best and walking in that direction. And oftentimes not really understanding why particular pieces aren't working. And I've gotten a lot of applications and done some consults recently. And I've had one or two people go, well, I don't know what I want to work on. So I'm just not going to do the work at all. I don't have specific goals. And sometimes when we don't know what we're going to work on, that is actually the best time to do the work. Because that usually means that if we don't have clarity, if we don't know what we're going towards, we don't have that hardcore goal, that sometimes a differing perspective can really pull that in and help us find that clarity, find alignment within ourselves. And then if you're finding something in your world just really isn't working, at times the best thing we can do is to not necessarily pull another person in for the sake of tell me what to do. Well, because that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Nobody else is you. It is your life. You're the one running it. You're the one thinking your thoughts. You're the one creating your belief systems. So at the end of the day, it always will come back down to you. However, bringing another party, or if you're working on relationship, which I work a lot with relationships, bringing even like a third party into that, as far as not to kind of triangulate the situation and get that kind of going, because that's not healthy, but like a coach or somebody, a good friend, a therapist, somebody to kind of add just a different perspective at times. Somebody who is really has no skin in the game, really, for lack of a better phrasing. Really doesn't have any skin in the game. And I know that we all think like, oh no, I've thought of every possibility, and I am totally like, I am hardcore Virgo in that, like, I think through everything, and I'm like, I can get very type A, kind of OCD, like thinking all the steps through. However, I recognize and I realize that I'm coming at one problem or one aspect of my life from a specific way, from my experiences, my thoughts, my belief systems, all of these things that somebody else doesn't have. Well, when you potentially invite somebody else to just share potentially what they're seeing or kind of help you brainstorm, then this allows us to just see a different perspective. Now, with that, we also need to make sure that whatever we're doing is in alignment for us. We can get these different perspectives. That doesn't mean they're right. So I think you have to be cautious of not just taking other people's words because, oh, well, they just must know better. Well, that's bullshit. Okay, let's be honest, it's bullshit. But to pick some specific people in your life that you really can trust and really respect to potentially help you kind of see aspects of self that you don't necessarily see. I wrote an article about this a couple days ago. It's probably been a week now about, wanting other people's opinions, because other people just can mirror back to us different elements that we don't see. There is always, in every person, we have those elements that we see and other people see. We have those elements that we see and nobody sees. We have those elements that nobody see, or that everybody else sees and we don't see. And then we have the elements that we don't see, other people don't see, but it's there. And in order to kind of really engage with all those aspects of self and really begin to integrate them and make the unaware brought into a deeper level of like awareness and consciousness, making it conscious, it is incredibly helpful to have others in our lives that can help us kind of see these elements. And kind of back to the fact that when we don't have goals, sometimes that actually is an amazing time as well. And I don't mean not having goals, not knowing, maybe needing some tweaking or not understanding how to go. I had and I don't want to break any confidentiality here, I had a consult a couple days ago. It's probably been about a week ago now. And this person did not know kind of how to move forward with their partner because they were like, I've tried everything. Like, it's not me. It must not be me. Well, then I presented some different kind of information, and this person that I did this consult with was like, oh, I never thought about it like that. I didn't see that. Well, it is that element of like, we have amazing brains. We are very powerful. When we stop and we go into meditation, we have all the answers within us. But I also believe that the universe gives us people in our lives to help guide us, help give us some of the messages we need. And so when we continually shut off everybody else in our life, their messages, their thoughts, or simply just not listening, because like the example I stated at the very beginning, my coach friend was actually talking about her, like some of the stuff that she was doing, and I went, oh wow, I didn't realize I put that in my program, and it's not in alignment, it doesn't work, it doesn't fit. And so just actually even being present and aware in the moment when other people are talking, because you could be potentially missing humongous messages that you really need to ingrain in self, or you need to hear, or could be that one key to really break your life into the abundance that you're desiring. And I mean, quick plug for self. I think having a coach is amazing. Having a therapist, having even like a really good friend. But I believe that when we have somebody who is not, isn't going to get anything out of our getting our dreams and goals, other than the fact that, you know, I love all my clients. If I'm working with you, I do care. I do. Sometimes I care too much. But it really is that, like, I truly do care about all the people I take on. That's why I'm very, very picky about who I take on, because I want to be able to really connect with my clients. But outside of that, outside of that element of, like, yes, I do care, I don't have any kind of stock in whether somebody makes their goal or doesn't make their goal. Other than the fact that I just want the best for my clients. And I think when we can find these people in our lives that really can give us that perspective, it is very, very helpful. And just because we don't know where you're going, you don't have it all laid out, for those of you who are very type A, like me, doesn't mean that you still can't get help from having those perspectives. That's actually sometimes when you need the perspectives the most. Yeah, go out, really listen to those in your environment with caution, because everybody has advice or opinions for us. They are all over the place. But really going to those people that you know and you feel very aligned to being able to trust, and really listening and engaging with them, and just getting a different perspective, potentially, even if you don't agree with it, just getting a different perspective, because it might not fit now, but it might fit 10 years down the road, and all of a sudden you might go, oh, I remember when so-and-so said this to me, and oh wow, that actually fits right now. So listening, becoming aware of the messages in your life, but also really hearing all these different perspectives and seeing where you can implement them. But all right, well, speaking of clients, I have a client in a few minutes, so I'm gonna let you guys all go for the day, and then I have a date. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I just put out my Addison Your Way program. It's not a course. It's not just like a short little program. It is an online subscription. It's a monthly subscription that you do. It's coaching. It is one-on-one coaching with me for a discounted rate. And you get a certain amount of coaching. You get some community work. You get lots of videos. There's lots of little pieces, and so go and check that out on my website. If you go to the header of my website at www.addisonbell.net, the subscription link will be on the top. It says Addison Your Way subscription coaching. So check that out if you are interested in really starting the new year with a bang, and really moving your life forward and getting a different perspective. So All right, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Sending you all love, light, and blessings. Bye, everybody.